EU Junior National Volleyball Championships 14th Open Final. And there you see one of the main weapons, Leticia Nina, number 39, just overpowering in the first set.
Yeah, and she's really not the tallest player on the court, but she just makes plays. She's an absolute playmaker. She's executing the ball very, very well, and what she's doing is reading the defense well, and then being patient in her approach and being very disciplined in everything that she's doing. And so far, she's been really one of the key factors for the sports performance team, taking that big definitive win in that first set.
As we told you, Nina, a player that moves specifically from the Sunshine State up north to Illinois just to be a part of Mizuno Sports Performance, feeling this volleyball club, this program, could take her game to the next level, all in pursuit of that college scholarship, Aaron, and that's not something that you're very surprised to hear because these players want it that badly, don't they? Well,
and it's so competitive nowadays in our sport of trying to get scholarships. We're one of the very few sports that provides full scholarships for young women at the collegiate level, but it's a sport that everybody wants to play. And there's obviously, look at this tournament, there are tens and thousands of girls that are here trying to fight for one spot on a collegiate team. It's pretty incredible.
Madeline Ford, good dig for A6 Kiva Red. Mizuno Sports Performance, they just do not let that ball drop. Kersinger, the swing. Keep an eye on the defense at the net for Sports Performance. They are denying everything coming at them right now.
And Kiva's playing well. Like, Kiva is not a bad team. They are doing a lot of things very, very well. But how frustrating is that every single attack or every single attempt that you try to put over to Sports Performance is either dug perfectly or blocked back onto your side of the net.
It's going to be a point for Kiva Red, so they'll get on the board here. Natalie Kersinger, number 13. Key player on this team. Also Caroline Cermak right there, number 2. Right now along the front line. Big time swing there. And a player goes underneath the net. And it's going to be a point for Mizuno Sports Performance. Was wondering about that, Aaron. If you do go underneath to the other side, is that ball still playable?
It is. What happens is, if the player runs under the net, she must be outside of the antenna. So if she runs under the net and there's any portion of her body, which it looks like a little bit is actually in the playing zone, she's technically under the net. Now, if it were completely outside of the antenna, which is a 2-foot gap, then it would be okay.
Yeah, rarely do you see that in the sport. A6 Kiva Red hoping for a better start here in set 2 than what they had in the first frame. Kept alive by Kersinger. Now Sports Performance running their offense flawlessly up to this point.
Great dig by Hoffmeyer. Again, she is working her tail off back there for Kiva.
Tracking everything right now. There she is again coming up. Does not play that one. Her teammate did.
Oh, wow.
What impressed you about that play?
Just Leticia Nina coming from the left back all the way over to make some kind of play and gets actually a good touch on it. Maybe if she would have used the other hand, she would have been able to bring that ball back. Or if she would have just maybe gotten that shoulder around it, that would have been a really good playable ball.
Nina puts it over again for Illinois, and now a touch by Reedy. Nina right now is all over the place for Mizuno Sports Performance. Now back row they go, and a big time smash for Illinois.
Nina hits the ball every
and Brooklyn
time.
Borum has this arm swing that reminds me a lot of the Olympic level. Do you see how high that thing is? And it's a whip. It's whipping around on top of that ball every time she swings. Very mechanically and technically sound. And she gets a lot of kills just from her technique and her arm swing.
All tied now at 4. Coach Butler, cool, calm, and collected. She was on the court with her team in the pregame, running drill after drill.
Oh, great dig by Rodriguez.
Good job by Reedy. Got enough on it to where it was misplayed. There you see the fan base coming from Louisville, Kentucky to the ESPN Wide World of Sports. This is the largest volleyball competition in the country, Aaron, year in and year out. In fact, the world even.
Yeah, a lot of volleyball players and a lot of volleyball moms. I can see the stress in the volleyball moms on the side of the court with their faces, got their phones out, taking pictures.
Let me ask you this, Aaron. As you take a look at several of the athletes from this great club, if you want to play club volleyball, but you're probably not at the level of one of these teams, are you encouraged to still find a club, find a place where you can expand your game?
Oh, absolutely, because even though you might not be on these teams, you might play against these teams,
Sure.
and that's obviously going to make you better. And anytime that you can just get more touches on the ball, even if it's with a coach one-on-one and you're just running, like you said, drill after drill, just getting touches on the ball is going to make you better.
Seeing some tremendous digs in this match so far. Now it's Reedy. Orm had a pretty good swing. Null now sets it up. And we got an illegal touch. Point, Mizuno Sports Performance.
And calling this match really, really tight. I mean, that could have gone either way, but the up officials are not messing around. They really want this to be a well-played match.
Here's Borm. He's had some good opportunities so far. Hit it wide that time.
And that's shoulder and arm. She tried to go down that line. You either pick your shoulder, where you're going to just swing in like what we call a Division I shot across your body, or you use the arm swing. She wanted both and just over-rotated on that line.
Hoffmeyer able to keep it alive. And now right side they go. And that swing going to go down is Zaina Meyer. Once again, she plays setter. She's also a hitter. She does both of them really well. They think next year, though, she's going to focus on primarily setting.
Well, yeah, but what's great is that a lot of college teams want an aggressive setter because a lot of teams run 5-1. So they want an offensive-minded setter. So it's almost like she needs to keep hitting so that they see that versatility in her abilities.
Borm with the point. Are colleges looking for bigger setters nowadays, ones that can really be a force defensively at the net?
Yeah, I think so, and I think it's because most teams are running the 5-1 option. Now, some teams do run the 6-2 because they're allowed to with the new substitution that they've implemented, but a lot of teams like having the 5-1. They like having the opportunity to maybe run, you know, a 3 and a wave with their front row attackers and really split that offense and then leave her 1-to-1 where she can do dumps or whatever she wants. So really depends on the program. I know that a lot of the California-based schools really like the 5-1, but yet some of the Midwest schools like the 6-2. So it really just depends on how they want you to fit into that mold.
Watch this play along the back. How should you know to let that ball go?
Everybody on your bench is screaming, "It's out! Don't go get it!"
That's one good way. Yeah, that's how it goes out. Aaron, I would be one of those players. Everybody says let it go. I'd put my hands on it and try and be the hero.
I always was, and I always got yelled at. They're like, "That ball was out." I'm like, "Yeah, but I wasn't like 100% sure. Would you rather me go for it and it be out, or me not go for it and be in?" And I used to get yelled at all the time.
Both these teams really going at it now.
Yeah.
Tied at 9, and a point by Natalie Kersinger and Azix Kiva Red.
And finally, we're starting to see Kiva Red's offense kind of come together. We're seeing Crew Hoffmeyer really, really control that defense in the serve-receive game, doing a nice job of getting better digs in better positions, and then the serve-receive is obviously significantly changed.
This ball finds a place in the back. Very quietly, Dominique Browder, number 75, has made things happen. There's Ariel Amaya, also 85. Amaya right in the middle of that block right now for Mizuno Sports Performance. That's going to be a point for Azix Kiva. Some concerned looks on the faces of fanfare for Azix Kiva Red. They know that they have got to win this set.
And really, we haven't heard a lot from Leticia Nina in this second set. Probably because she hasn't been in the front row very long, but I expect that they're going to activate her a lot while she's in these 3 rotations in the front row.
All tied at 11. No team has really been able to separate. Maya goes softly with it. Parker Knoll now for Emily Reedy. That's Reedy's best swing of the day.
And Reedy really, really likes when the ball's in front of her. She likes to kind of broad jump into the ball and use the momentum from her approach to put the power behind it. So as long as the set location stays relatively similar to that, she's going to have a lot of success.
Go right back to her. This time, Reedy's shot dug. Nina couldn't put it home. Here's Reedy again. Up against the wall, and Mizuno Sports Performance having a block party.
And if you see the difference on that swing, this past swing versus the one that she did, she was actually underneath it and wasn't able to see where the block was in front of her. She's not as successful when that happens, so they really need to, again, keep her moving forward. Let her see the block when she takes that swing.
Now it's Knoll with Reedy. Parker Knoll really distributing right now for Asics Kiva Red. Longest point of the match.
And just outside battle all day.
At that time, it was Nina going into the net, and now 13-12, Asics Kiva Red with some momentum here.
And whoever starts to use their middle more in transition is going to pull ahead here. We're seeing just complete every single ball going to the outside, going to the outside, going to the outside. There needs to be some middle activation to help take some pressure off of the outside.
Another misplay by Mizuno Sports Performance, so a window of opportunity for Louisville, Kentucky, and they know it. Timeout. Mizuno Sports Performance. And we got much more volleyball coming at you over the next week. June 22nd, that's this upcoming Thursday. 15 and 17-year-olds will take the court at 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock, respectively. And then the following Monday, 4 great matches beginning at 9:30 a.m. It's that time of year here at the 44th AAU Junior National Volleyball Championships. There's a legend, Ronald Cordes, here year after year with his club. Fans have been just tremendous in this match. And Mizuno Sports Performance has a lot more of them on their side than Asics Kiva Red. (14-13) now. I think if you're Kiva Red, you have to lead, or at least try to, for this entire set. You cannot leave the window of opportunity open for Illinois, because they will take advantage of it and they will slam it shut on you. And we got a net violation, so Asics Kiva Red will get the point in the side out.
And it's plays like that where it's lack of focus. You didn't need to jump on that ball. It was not an aggressive swing out of the back row. It was more of a free ball situation. Don't waste your energy and jump on that ball and risk getting in the net like that, because that was a much-needed point for your team.
Big-time shot by Brooklyn Borum. Borum has been a little quiet here today, but able to get the perfect angle.
You see that thing just whip around. She just whips that elbow around on the ball.
Parker Knoll was right there, but sometimes just nothing you can do. Borum, one more time. Starting to heat up at the perfect time for Mizuno Sports Performance.
And Crew Hoffmeyer is doing such a good job at reading the ball, but what's happening is she's just cheating up just a little bit. If she would stay a little bit deeper, she could make that lateral movement to the right and probably make a good play on that ball.
And now trouble on the return for Asics Kiva Red. 3 points in a row for Mizuno Sports Performance, and Coach Cordes calls timeout.
Make them make the decision on where they're going to hit it, okay? You want to be the wall, all right? We can play defense against anybody. Good job serving, keep press out now. First and 20 right now. We're almost there. Almost there. Let's go for it, okay? Let's go.
Everything right. And every time you have a coach that thinks about the match in chunks, she said first to 20, first to 22, first to 23. Whenever a coach thinks about the match in chunks like that, they're very, very in tune with what runs look like 2-point runs, 2-point swings, 3-point runs. They're very, very aware of that. And serving is definitely part of their focus to help alleviate what those runs are from their opponent. So it's interesting that she mentioned those two things in that timeout. And then they get a service ace.
Ball falls just in, and right now, just everything going Mizuno Sports Performance's way. Maddie Mason, nice set. Parker Knoll couldn't put it down. Who is going to step up for Louisville, Kentucky? This time it's Madeline Ford, number 9.
And Maddie Mason just getting so excited for this team. She's trying to be the emotional leader on the court after that great swing by Ford. Through the seam of the block, had Brooklyn Borum right in front of her face and was able to make that cut into the seam.
Now it's Borum. You know, Borum's got that interesting swing. It's almost like an over-the-head, over-the-top type of deal, Aaron. It's really unorthodox.
A little bit. It's very like baseball pitcher-esque. Where she's got, I always think of like Tommy John, you know, when they have just that really fast elbow wrist connection. Looks very similar to me.
Zayna Meyer keeps it alive. Here's Borum again. Mason playing along that front row. And it's going to be a point for Asics Kiva-Red. I ask you this, Aaron, as we near the end of this second frame. You mentioned the baseball reference. It's cautious nowadays how many pitches a pitcher should throw. Same thing in volleyball. Should a player limit the amount of times that she kills during practice just to save the strength in that shoulder, or is it limitless?
I think that with the right technique, it can be limitless. Now, I know a lot of people that have like torn labrums and things like that happen naturally just over time. Not so much at this level, but at the collegiate level. But you'll see now, there's a lot more focus on sports medicine at the younger ages. All of these girls will leave with ice. When I played, it was like, whatever, just go home. So it's very, very cool to see the adjustment in the actual care of the bodies. But if you do the technique right, you shouldn't have those long sustained injuries, more fatigue over time.
Mizuno Sports Performance first team to 20. And now 5 points away from winning this 14 Open Championship.
What? So if they go to
nice shot that time by Natalie Kurzinger, trying to keep them close.
And a very, very rare ball to beat Alexis Rodriguez. So great swing by Natalie Kurzinger to find the seam into that deep 5 zone.
Zayna Meyer sets it up. Saw Nina, Leticia Nina, a little bit quiet this set. And that's a miss hit by Reedy. And Sports Performance will add another point now, and their fans can sense it.
And Reedy, she's good out of system, but she's so much better in system. I keep talking about how she likes to be led on that ball. But it's those little things that she can fine-tune in her game as this match goes on, is trying to be more defensive when she knows she doesn't have the perfect swing.
Tough time. That time by Sports Performance, so point for Asics Kiva-Red, and now 21-20. Well, you are right. They're calling this very tightly. They want to make sure ball handling is at a premium here. Good shot that time. That is number 39. Nina was there. Also Jessica Molina, 67, making it happen.
Zayna said it perfectly.
Mizuno Sports Performance. There you see some of the athletes that are competing in this AAU Junior National Volleyball Championship. A lot of them have medals on. They've already won their divisions, and now it's just about cheering on their friends and making as much noise as humanly possible.
Yeah, and then some people haven't even played yet. They're getting here, they're getting settled, they're looking at the gym, trying to scope it out. Maybe had a little serve and pass today to kind of knock off the jet lag or any kind of fatigue that they've had. But man, they are just a presence in this gym right now.
Illinois now 3 points away. Kentucky gets the point though. Cermak, number 2. So A6 Kiva now within 1, 22-21.
Oh,
It looked like
Meyer.
A6 Kiva Red, a little surprised that time.
Yeah, and Dominique Browner, thank God she was there to make that play and keep the ball up for Zayna Meyer. But Natalie Kurzinger, probably not used to playing the back row, just got caught in a weird position in defense.
A6 Kiva a bit flat-footed. Put over by Reedy.
Yeah.
Tremendous play, and again, it's Brooklyn Borum. She has been the difference in this third set, and it's match point.
And she plays so different than Leticia
She's got
Nina.
the
So
big hit.
even when you think, okay, finally there's relief because she's Nina's going in the back row, then you get Brooklyn Borum, who just gives you a completely different look.
And a big win, a championship in the 14 Open for Mizuno Sports Performance. The tunnel is forming, and you can betcha these players about to run right through it. How's that for a caravan?
It's hard to see where it actually is going to end. That's great. I love to see that kind of inter-club support. Makes it really, really powerful when teams come here and they win. It makes it feel so much, has a bigger weight to it when you see everybody else being excited for you like that.
The very best of club volleyball illustrated right there. The support, the talent, and the coaching of Mizuno Sports Performance all coming together. They were challenged in that second set by A6 Kiva Red, but just not enough firepower on the other side. Let's take a look at some of the final numbers. As the championship going back to Aurora, Illinois, look at the kill difference. When you trail by 9 kills to this team, you're just not going to win.
Yeah, and the other stat that's not on here is digs and dig quality. You know, great job by Sports Performance to dominate in every category, but they also dominated in overall digs and where the digs were being placed. They were really able to transition out. So when you add all of those things together, it's like you can't beat a team like that unless you match them or just do one thing a little bit better.
And the atmosphere, the best here in this match than any we have seen throughout the day. We had a great crowd cheering on Vaquetas and OTVA in our 12 Open Championship, but this one just had a different type of energy, and now, you know, you're hugging the players, you're hugging your families, you also got to hug your teammates, because this moment right here, these players will never forget the rest of their lives.
I agree, and it was such a team effort. Yeah, you have Leticia Nina and Brooklyn Borum really carrying it on the outside, but there were so many little pieces throughout the whole match that really kind of helped alleviate some of the pressure to them, and then just made this a really big team effort.
Mizuno Sports Performance proving why they are one of the elite volleyball clubs in the entire world. Congratulations, champions of the 14 Open Division. We hope you enjoyed it. A busy day here at the ESPN Wide World of Sports in HP Fieldhouse for our entire crew in the production center alongside the great Aaron Campbell. I'm Drew Felios saying so long from the Walt Disney World Resort. And we'll see you later on this week at the AAU Junior National Volleyball Championships.